Hi everybody, my name is Clement Harris. I'm from Pueblo, West Colorado. This is my Ed Research Module 1 Introduction. A little bit about myself and my family. I've been married to my wife Carissa for 8 years. We have 2 kids together, Easton 7 who's a second grader and Berkeley who's 5 who is in kindergarten this year. Come from a family of educators. My grandpa, my dad, my brother, my sister-in-law are all in education. Continuing my career, I graduated from Adams State College University now in 2008 with a K-12 physical education degree. I have 13 years in education. I spent my first 10 years in La Junta, Colorado, and the last 3 here at Pueblo West High School. Pueblo West High School, we have 1,400 students approximately. Might be a little lower this year with the online stuff, but approximately 60 staff members. And I currently teach physical education and a couple health classes. I'm also the head football coach here at Pueblo West High School. Some of my hobbies include hunting, fishing, coaching. We were supposed to play a spring season this year, but it got moved back to fall, so the hunting plans got disrupted a little bit. But those are things I enjoy. Enjoy hanging out with the family, spending time outdoors. We like to go to the mountains and spend time at the lake. We have a lake community here, and we like to go to the lake. All right, transitioning into what is action research. Action research includes evaluating outcomes, enhancing student achievement, and improving educational practices. Action research is practical. It involves making change to practice. It's theoretical, as it is informed by theory and can generate new insights. And it's concerned with change and improvement. What I get out of action research is that we're trying to improve our teaching strategies through research. Continuing on, what is action research? What is the purpose of action research? Action research can revitalize the entire learning community as well as aid teachers in changing or reflecting their classroom practices. Again, the purpose of action research is to provide research that is deeply and systematically reflective and pertain to real concerns, challenges, and goals within your classroom. We're trying to research different ways to do things and put those things into action in order to improve our teaching strategies. What is action research and what is the goal? First goal is we want to evaluate outcomes. How can we improve those outcomes, and how can we change the things leading up to those outcomes to improve those outcomes? We want to enhance student achievement. Obviously, that's always the goal, but we're looking at ways in which we can improve our teaching strategies to enhance teaching student achievement. Improve instructional practices. How can I make little tweaks to my daily lesson plans in order to improve the way that I get the message across to kids? School-wide improvement, not only in the classroom level, but also in the school level. How can we make those improvements? And improving behavior is another one that we can improve by better teaching strategies. The 4 types of action research are individual, which would be in your classroom, you alone doing the action research. Collaborative, which could be a group. Maybe it's all the math teachers, maybe it's all the science teachers, maybe it's a little larger, a couple, maybe cross-curriculum. And then there's the school level, which would be a school-wide action research plan. And then there's district-wide, which would be obviously a large district completing the action research. Come on. What are the main steps of action research? Found a couple different places where there are some steps. First one, Spencer says, research a specific topic that can be tested. You have to be able to have an outcome. Then there's the action phase. It's the experimentation and data collection. The analysis, which is the organization of the data. And the conclusion, share your research and reflect on your practices. All 3 of these are very similar. Just they're the same things, just a few different wordings, but they all are very, very similar. Smith and Rebellato say plan, act, which is the implementation, observe and reflect, make changes all along the way. Edwards says formulate a research question, decide on the setting and the participants, determine the procedures, design the study, gather data, apply to the instructional review board, write grants, analyze data, and share findings. All of this is collaboration, reflection, and trying to improve our teaching strategies. What is the difference between action research and traditional research? Prior to this, I was very uneducated on action research, but action research has a step-by-step process in order to improve teacher effectiveness. Action research is more focused in order to improve specific problems or challenges. It comes from STEM. It is very practical as it involves making changes to practice, concerned with change and improvement. The real difference is it's more specific, and you're putting your research into action and seeing what you're getting out of that research. Is it helping? What do I need to do? How do I change what I need to do in order to make those changes? What are the common problems associated with action research? Really, the only problems I could find, Arnold will talk about, were ethical issues. Some of the things that I found were the addition of time restraints may add pressure to the students. Putting a action research in place and putting those students under a time constraint could cause some issues. Ethical issues may arise, and managing different positions may cause issues. Not only are you the researcher, but you're also the teacher, and pushing those students and finding that ethical balance can become an issue. Sharing of information must be done ethically. Sharing information about students, scores, stuff like that has to be done ethically. Evaluating my own teaching practices. First of all, Calhoun says, for teachers, principals, and district office personnel, action research promises progression and professionalization. The process allows them to experience problem solving and to model it for their students. They carefully collect data to diagnose problems, search for solutions, take actions on promising possibilities, and monitor whether and how well the action worked. This is constantly looking back at your work. I feel like we do that all the time as teachers and educators, maybe not as specifically as it needs to be done, but looking at myself a little bit. In our current state of school, which is partially online, I feel like we could greatly benefit from action research. Having one online platform and using action research to find the best way to reach our students at home would be greatly beneficial. I feel like we're using too many online platforms at this point. I know we're trying to narrow it down. But that's something we could definitely use action research to develop. As a department, we'd be able to reach a larger amount of students when not in the building and learn from others' mistakes. I feel like we are, as a department, shooting all over the place and not hitting the target. I think we need to narrow it down, use some action research in order to improve our strategies for online learning. Critique your own personal professional use. Right now, I'm often overwhelmed by the amount of new information and programs that are thrown at us. I feel like we should narrow it down, like I said in the previous slide. This online stuff is definitely tough, finding ways to get kids involved and implement new ideas. And we've been thrown so many new ideas that it's created some issues within our school. I'm always looking for ways to improve. Pick something specific and get better at it. That's always the goal. I often focus on too many topics or items to create real change or in instruction. I need to narrow my search down, my research down, and try to improve one thing at a time. Professionally, I use data to drive instruction, improve student understanding. We use test scores. We use lots of data that is given to us through the school and the district. Make small data-driven changes instead of new strategies. I don't need to recreate the wheel, just find ways to make the wheel work better and roll better. Your school conducted action research in the past. As a school, we are very data-driven. We do use action research. Currently using action research to deliver online instruction. We have too many platforms, like I've said in the previous couple slides. I think we're trying to narrow that down based on research and improve instruction. Not a common way to improve instruction. What I mean by that is that we need a common way to do things and get the information to kids. Data is delivered inconsistently. It's not delivered over throughout the year. It's given large lumps of information, and data is given to us at one time, which I believe creates some issues. How does all this support the educational success and well-being of each student about adult regarding? As I look through these components, 1, 2, 4, 1, these are the words that stand out to me. Evaluate. We always want to evaluate ourselves, our students, how we can improve teaching strategies, student understanding. We're always looking at success, what we're getting for the kids. We want student success, we want teacher success, we want school-wide success. Data, we should always use data to drive instruction, and we want to collaborate. Collaboration is huge. We have IEPs, not IEPs. We use district and school groups in order to collaborate at our school. Looking at the standard correlation, the assignment directly correlated to the standard because I was able to gain a larger understanding of how to use action research to improve student learning. Through collaboration and trial and error, we were able to improve teaching strategies, which in turn improves student understanding. The assignment was relevant to my current learning because prior to this I had no previous understanding of action research. In order to improve teaching strategies, we must research what is working and where we need improvement. Reflection. In the future, I'll allow staff the opportunity to use action research and provide the data for them to do so. I'll also push for staff to try new strategies and the freedom to fail and improve teaching methods. Here is the reference page when it comes up. Thank you for your time. I look forward to getting to know everybody.